Welcome back to the Global Local Top Tips, and today, bagels. Bagels are an interesting one because there's 2 steps to the dough process and there's 2 steps to the cooking process. With the cooking process, boiling and then baking, and with the dough process, we make a sponge and then dough. So, let's get stuck in. So, the first step with the bagels is 400 grams of baker's flour or strong flour, and I've got a teaspoon and a half of dried yeast, and then I've got 400 mils of water. So this batter is going to be really wet, and that's exactly what we want. Just really wet mix. And what that does, it gives the yeast plenty of room to grow and expand and start eating up all that energy in that flour. That's it. We're going to set it in a warm place, covered in Glad wrap, for about an hour and a half. So we're back at our bagel mix again, and this is the sponge mix, and we're just going to give it a light little mix around the edges there. And you can see that it has started bubbling away. Perfect. I'm going to add in another 325 grams of flour, baker's flour. I'm also going to add in a teaspoon of honey, and this will change everything, this little bit of honey. 1, it'll speed up the proving process, and 2, will add a lot of flavour. And then of course you need a little bit of teaspoon of salt to make it that perfect bagel. And this is going to be quite a thick dough. It's going to be a bagel dough is quite tough. So you're just bringing it in until it incorporates it all. You can do this in a mixer if you want. So you just keep rolling it in and chopping through the pastry until the majority of that flour is incorporated. And then we're going to get our hands in there and knead it up. Clean off your spoon. Get your hands in there, and you just want to knead it up. Stretch out that gluten. Just turning it round, folding it back in itself again. You can really feel that dough change now. That's to get really tough and spongy. So at this point you've got your beautiful dough, and you want to prove it just at room temperature for 1 hour, and then you can leave it in your fridge with Glad wrap overnight so you can have it for the next morning, just to give that yeast time to grow and ferment through the dough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one out that I prepared earlier. So our bagel dough is there, and we're just going to lightly dust our table. We're just going to bring it back, give it a bit of a knead, just to get that gluten stretched out again. Perfect. Bring it back into your bowl again. I'm going to cut this into 110 gram portions. So that's going to be the weight of each one of our bagels, 110 grams. So let's get that done. So now we've measured them all out to 110 grams, slightly dust. And we'll just bring them back into a ball shape. Technique you want, you can use your fingers, or you can use the palm of your hand. Just have to hold them nice and next step then is going to be cooking them in water, and it's really an unusual one, almost like a dumpling. But it really does get the desired effect. Alrighty, so lightly flour table again. We're just going to get one, we're just going to roll it out. About 8 inches. And then wrap it around your hand. And then you just want to combine the two, just overlap it a little bit. So you get that nice joint. And then you just want to join them together like that. How easy is that? That's your bagel shape. You want to make sure that connection is, that join here is well overlapped, and you want to make sure that it's rolled really well into it, that it's combined well, otherwise when we go to cook them, that they don't split out, just go into a mess. Do that one again. There you go. That's better. Last one. Perfect. Alright, let's get them onto a tray. We'll let them rest for a few minutes. So I've just got my baking tray here, just lightly greased it. Just carefully lift them up, sit them on there. And we're only going to let them rest here for maybe 10 to 15 minutes, okay? Just to let the dough relax a little bit. And then we'll get moving with the next step. So here we've got our pot of water. And I want to add a decent amount, maybe a teaspoon of salt in there. And then a teaspoon of honey. And what this does, it really just adds so much flavour. Just let that, give it a stir, let it melt in there. And it is just quite remarkable how much flavour this, just that little bit of honey gives to the water. Beautiful. We're just going to let that come back up to temperature again. Now when we're boiling these or poaching these bagels, a minimum of 1.5 minutes per bagel, and the longer you boil it or the longer you poach it will define how chewy it is. So if you want to have a chewier bagel, you leave it for a maximum of 2.5 minutes. But I'm going to do mine for 1.5 minutes, And if you want to leave it longer, if you enjoy a chewier texture, leave it for 2.5 minutes, but no longer than that. So our water's up to temperature now. We just carefully get our bagel, pop it in there. Just do 2 at a time. 1.5 minutes in each one. Just separate them a little bit. There you go. 1.5 minutes is up, and I've got a grease tray here. I'm just going to gently lift these out, perforated spoon. Just let them drain for just a couple of seconds, and just pop them on your sheet there. Really smell the honey coming through there. Really remarkable how that little bit of honey makes so much difference. Give them another 2. All our bagels have been poached for 1.5 minutes. And so now we're going to do some toppings. So I've got some egg white here, and I'm just going to lightly brush them with egg white, and this enables the topping to stick on there, hold on there. Just a light brushing over all of them. Perfect. And so I'm going to use 2 toppings today. I've got some black poppy seeds here that I just sprinkle over. And you'll find that the poppy seed ones are always the most popular. Then I've got some sesame seed. Sesame seeds on the remainder. So now we've got our toppings on. We're going to bake in the oven at 210 Celsius. So it's a really, really hot oven. And we're going to bake them at 210 for 20 minutes. At the 20-minute mark, we're going to turn off the oven and we're going to open the door, and we're going to let them sit in there for another 10 minutes just to let them finish off cooking, just at a really slow rate. So here you have it. Our bagels are done. So we've baked them in the oven for 20 minutes. We've turned off the oven. We've let them sit in there with the door open for another 10 minutes. And look at this, beautiful. They're just turned out perfectly. So there you have it, the perfect bagel recipe, filled with cream cheese. I've just eaten where they are, just with a little bit of butter. Perfect. I hope you enjoyed. Please comment down below on any videos that you'd like to see me do in the future. Press the like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon, and we'll see you soon.